In this video, I want to talk you through the top 8 tips when it comes to creating short form videos for any creator, any small business owners while using Munch AI. If you are a long form creator such as a podcaster, videocaster, or a live streamer, when you repurpose your long form content into short form videos, it actually gives your content more room to breathe and you can build a whole new audience and increase engagement. Check out this example I'm showing you on the screen right now by my colleague, Philip, who's a pricing consultant. Now, by posting the exact same set of short videos on his TikTok channel versus Instagram, now he has seen completely different set of audiences in terms of male versus female, and that's just fascinating to me. If you're webinar creators, by the way, short form content will actually drive new signups to your future webinars. Needless to say, people can now also engage with your existing content and content library as well. In other words, short form videos, and sometimes called micro videos, are absolutely essential in growing your business. Back in the old days, I used to spend dozens of hours going through my long form footage, whether it's a podcast or a YouTube video, and I would use things like iMovie or Final Cut Pro, and it was absolutely exhausting. And later on, we have tools such as Descript, and it's certainly convenient, but between the import and export and looking for keywords and still have to manually kind of highlight and tease them out, it's a lot of work. Now, Munch AI has completely changed and transformed that landscape. Using AI with Munch, you can easily upload your 1 hour or more worth of video content. Then when you come back, you get an email when the assets are ready, usually is within 30 minutes. You can then go over your content using topics, keywords, people, places, you name it. Also, there are analytics to help you understand the coherence score. Munch also gives you insights into analytics, so you understand the topics that are trending up versus down. This way, if you are an agency or an individual planning out a content calendar, you have much further insights into not only, what to choose, but also when to post. Enough said, here are the 8 tips. Number 1, to ensure high quality output, guess what? Your input needs to be high quality as well. Now, don't confuse it with just, a fancy camera or perfect lighting. If you're doing remote recording, I recommend using tools such as Riverside. Using progressive upload, you can be sure that you're getting the best outputs in 4K quality. Audio is very, very important, so you want to ensure that when you're recording, you're using a mic like mine. It's really important for you to ensure that people can hear you and your guest and your panels loud and clear. Now, if you're dealing with poor audio qualities, I'm going to include some resources below, including Podcasto and Adobe, that can enhance your audio quality to make it sound like it's recorded from the studio. Second tip is how to review content strategically using Munch AI. Now, when you first step into Munch, it might just feel a little bit overwhelming because before all you had was a piece of audio or video, and all of a sudden you're greeted with keywords and topics, and there are a lot of them. So Munch will show you sort of a preview, about 4 or 5 on that list, and you can expand to learn more. As the original content creator, it's actually super helpful for you to take a look through that list and just build some curiosity, and especially if the content has been created for a while, it's a great refresher as well for you to see what's been discussed, even keywords you may have completely forgotten. Tip number 3 is what I like to call empowering yourself as a creator. With all the AI tools and the hype out there, AI tools are there to help you, to assist you, and not to take over for you. So rather to see Munch as the be-all, end-all automation, it's really there as a copilot and as a content partner. As you mature as a content creator, here's what I like to do. Before I even look at the results within Munch, I actually sit down for just 5 minutes. It's very, very easy. For me as a content creator, as a host for my podcast or my live stream, I ask myself, what were some of the moments that I remember so clearly? The moments that me and my guests both smiled or laughed out loud, moments that I didn't quite expect that we would go into, kind of happy surprises. And those are the things I kind of want to capture based on my own memory and emotions. And then I can better leverage Munch to help me dive deep into those moments and connect them with keywords. Now, I know what you're thinking. What if you're not the original creator? A lot of you guys are working with virtual assistants or social media or content managers. It's actually really essential for you to take that human part part back to schedule a conversation or even to send a quick email that takes 5 minutes to reflect on your memories. And sometimes if writing a long email isn't available to you, what you can do is using, WhatsApp or your iMessage app and simply record an audio and send it to your producer, your content manager. It can go a long way for you as an original host to reflect on that so that your virtual assistant, your content manager, can fully take advantage of Munch. Tip number 4. If you're getting started with short form content creation and content repurposing, I know some of you are in that boat. It's okay to know that you're not alone. Creating short form content isn't as easy as a lot of people portray it to be. So when you get started, it's really important to focus on a bit of variety. So with Munch AI, you have access to the different durations of your short form content. Some of that may be under 30 seconds, some of that may be over or even over 1 minute, depending on the platforms you're aiming for. Instead of choosing 1 to 2 clips, call it a day and say, it doesn't work, I've tried short form, it's not really for me. You really want to be posting consistently, regularly, and honestly, as much as you can. You'll be surprised by the types of content that actually resonate with your audience. It could be a piece of content that you don't necessarily feel super proud of, it just feels average, that could actually hit your audience the right way. I always tell people, quantity before quality. Imagine you're so new to short form content creation. There's just no way for you to know all the ins and outs. You have to experiment. You have to make mistakes before you get better. As I mentioned before with our colleague Philip, who's posted on Instagram versus TikTok and saw drastically different results, you should consider posting shorts generated by Munch on more than one platform. So for us here at FaceWorld, we love YouTube Shorts or YouTube generally as a platform, as well as LinkedIn. Even though Instagram and TikTok don't always work out as well compared to YouTube and LinkedIn, it's still worth experimenting so that you know where your audience or where your ideal prospects are. Tip number 5 is that you should take advantage of the built-in Munch analytics and dashboard tool. A lot of people kind of just look right past them, but with that, what you can do at the top of your screen is a list of keywords, topics, and people, places, brands, and they're sorted based on search volume. So the search volume isn't something that Munch just guessed out of the blue. In fact, it's actually pulled from the World Wide Web, from Google Analytics, so you get a sense for the trending topics. Tip number 6, this one is trivial, but I literally forgot for the longest time, which is that instead of using one clip at a time from Munch, you can actually download them and then combine them. There are a lot of tools where you can actually combine clips. I'm going to, again, list some resources below, but imagine instead of using 17 seconds at a time, you can actually grab 17-second, 20-second, 30-second clips, create compilations, create highlight reels, create promos, something to think about that you can take advantage of based on keywords. Sometimes in conversations and recordings with guests or with webinar panelists, the topics can really jump from one to another very quickly without much of your control. So now in post-production, leveraging Munch AI, you can finally be able to find them all and combine them very easily. Tip number 7, remember the first few or a few dozens of your shorts, when you publish them, they might not be perfect, but you should publish them anyway. It's really easy to look at a tool like Munch AI and expect it to do everything perfectly. It's kind of cool because you also do get copy and suggestions and all of that. But remember, you do have to publish enough to understand the trend, to actually get better at it. It's not just about the videos that you launch, but also the copy that goes along with the videos that you share on social media. And copywriting in itself, it's so important, and it's a skill that you need to learn over time. So a lot of people come to me and say, Faye, look at this 17-second clip. It really makes me nervous. I feel like it's not really coherent on its own. This is where copy is so important. Remember, on social media, people's attention span is so short. So even if you publish a 3-minute clip, it really doesn't mean that people are going to watch it all the way through the end. If you're publishing on YouTube, it's beyond just description because the title matters as well. So I'm going to link some resources below for you to consider, but remember, this is a practice. It's a journey that you will learn, hone in on, and get better over time. Tip number 8, it's about shipping it. It's about publishing your short form video. I know I mentioned previously in previous tips, the number one thing, it's about hitting record, it's about hitting publish button, and there's no difference when it comes to short form content. I'm telling you, even before Munch, I have worked with a lot of creators who are sitting on their podcast episodes, on their podcast clips, and they're just hesitating to actually publish them. Without publishing, without engaging with your audience, there's nothing to be learned. So shipping your work is absolutely key. I have also seen creators and businesses who have shared short clips and they feel like they have received neutral or negative comments and decided that short form content is no longer for them, or it simply doesn't work for their content. And that is just not true. We have to change our mindset and action when it comes to short form and micro content creation. Like I said earlier, just because it's simple doesn't mean it's easy. Very fancy, very well done YouTube shorts under 30 seconds out there, and I can tell you they cost thousands of dollars, dozens of hours, if not weeks, and multiple creators and the team to turn them into a reality. Now, that's not the budget or time you and I have as creators and small business owners, so I urge you to understand the concept of good enough and merely ship. Seth Godin often emphasizes the concept of ship it or merely ship. Ship refers to the act of releasing a product, a project, and in our case, releasing a short form video on social media. Basically any piece of creative work to the public, even if it's not perfect, or adhere to your highest quality standard. Instead, focus on sharing your work as a habit. Embrace failure, get real-world feedback, and combat resistance. The resistance in his writing refer to the internal forces, like self-doubt, fear, procrastination, that prevent us from doing our best work. By the way, speaking of negative feedback or neutral comments, sometimes I feel like that's the best opportunity for us as content creators to use short-form content to engage with our community. We need to rethink negative comments, as some of them are related to constructive criticism and also misunderstandings of our products and services that can be clarified, discussed, or agree to disagree. I hope you find this helpful. I really want to combine tips that are related to the technicality and design and UX of Munch AI, a tool that helps you save dozens of hours of your time and really dive in deep into your content, giving you keywords and topics that you wouldn't otherwise have. Our mindset is essential. Shipping your work, making sure you publish, and then come back to trying to make it better is absolutely essential. If you like this video, I hope you check out the next one right here. And so much love to the community. Please let me know in the comments below how you use Munch or other AI tools that help you and assist you create better work. I'm all ears. I'm here to learn from this community, and I appreciate you guys so much. A thumbs up or down on this video will really help us a long way, and your comments, as always, is something that I read and reply to every single week, so I look forward to hearing from you.